Hello, Will Thunder Talks here with another video. So, saying no is a complete sentence. I'm going to drop right into it. I am going to talk about this because saying no is a complete sentence, and I want to talk a bit more about why that's really hard for people and hard for me sometimes. I'm a guy here who talks about things, sometimes looks at his watch and has takes, and I'm going to share some takes today. Saying no is a complete sentence because I feel like in my cultural sphere, saying no is really spooky, and it might just be because I'm very agreeable by nature and I don't like to upset things, and that's probably part of my cultural upbringing, but also my specific relationships growing up and what I felt I had to do to feel like my needs could be met. No was a dangerous word in my household, but no is a complete sentence, and that's something I've been really learning a lot recently. I think something that I feel like I had to do a lot, and something I try and work against now, is justifying what I'm doing. Why I'm doing it, who I'm doing it with. I have to give all the details because I feel like I need permission, right? This sucks because you can almost self-censor yourself a lot, right? You can be like, hey man, I assume the other person's going to not be okay with this, so I have to get ahead of them not being okay with it. And I don't know how not okay they're going to be, so I'm going to temper it with something reasonable or something rational and pat it down. And it's all very subtle, right? In conversation, you've probably had people do this to you or around you or with you. I would encourage you to take a little look-see, have a little listen out for it. Are people justifying things before you even said anything? You might see that, you might not. But I certainly do in my relationships. I certainly have done that. I certainly still occasionally do that. And I have to kind of catch myself and be like, why did I do that? What was that about? Am I being silly? Am I being a curmudgeon? Am I being a goofy goober? Because I'm kind of signaling to myself and other people that I need your okay to be allowed to do something. And that's not actually true. I don't need your permission to do something. I don't need your permission for me to make this video. I don't need your permission to validate my takes and my thoughts. A bunch of my videos have 0 views, and I am A-okay with that. And I'm going to keep making them. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Doing it for over a year now. I'm going to keep going. So saying no is important because that's kind of saying, hey man, my energy and my time are valuable. I ain't gonna give up a bunch of stuff. I ain't gonna do this. But we don't have to justify this, guys. That's my point. No justifying. Justifying bad. You don't need to justify. Today, my wife was like, you want to come to the gym? And I was like, no. And she was like, I'm going to the gym. And I'm like, cool. Complete sentence. Cool. Context for you guys. Not justifying it. Just giving you more context. I went to the gym yesterday. I went pretty hard and I hurt my shoulder a little bit, so I'm resting my shoulder. It already feels a little better today, but I didn't want to push it harder. On Monday, I did our first bout of climbing on the wall, and I've never done that before, and that was sick as hell. I did that with my buddy Jake. Shout out Jake. And bouldering, man, never done that before. I'm a still heavy boy, so I was very surprised that I managed to do it, and it was sick as hell. I loved it. But it turns out when you're dangling off a wall and you're 124 kilograms, that's a workout, bro. That's a full body workout. And I've been in body strain, pain, rest and repair since Monday, dude. Three days afterwards, I'm still oh, this hurts. I'm still in pain. So, yeah. No. That's all I gotta say. No. And I'd encourage you all to think about where that comes from and why no, there needs to be more beyond the no, right? Because for me, why I feel there needs to be more beyond the no is because I feel like I have to justify taking up space, right? Historically, I'm the classic middle child, my friends. I'm the classic, the one that faded into the background, the good boy, the one that nobody saw and I'm kind of comfortable in that role. It's probably psychologically partly why I'm completely fine with nobody watching these videos, because I'm used to not being heard anyway, because then I can just say whatever I want and it doesn't matter. But you know, even speaking up is hard for me, has been hard for me. I'm trying to do it more. I'm trying to put all my cards on the table and be honest with what I'm about, why I do it, and what have you. And I guess I think about this almost in relation to the judgments I received recently about Mounjaro. So you guys know I'm on Mounjaro. You know I'm about that Mounjaro. Been hitting that Mounjaro like it's no one's business. And I've been getting people be like, man, isn't that just a shortcut? Isn't that easy? The easy way out of being fat, right? And I'm like, bro, you don't even know. You don't even know what I've been through. You don't know what I've been through. So no, it's a complete sentence. It's not a shortcut. It's not a shortcut. I've been going to the gym, eating protein, lifting weights, gained muscle, hitting new PRs, and I've lost almost 60 kilos. Is that a shortcut? Is that a shortcut? Been at this for a year and a half. Is that a shortcut? No. It's not a shortcut, right? I've got the nutrition dialed in. I've got the exercise dialed in. I'm listening to my body. Sometimes I'm pushing really hard. Sometimes I'm stopping. You know? I ain't got shit to justify, man. I'm doing it. I'm working out. I'm losing weight. My body, I'm getting to the recomping stage now. It's crazy. It's wild. Here we are. And I'm doing all the stuff, man. So, no, it's not a shortcut. No, I'm not going to, justify why I need medication to anyone else. I'm going to be like, I'm taking Mounjaro. Mounjaro, I wouldn't judge somebody for taking... I wouldn't judge an asthmatic for taking an inhaler. I wouldn't judge somebody who had high blood pressure for taking statins. I wouldn't judge a diabetic for taking insulin. So why the hell should you or anyone else judge me or anyone else on this medication for taking it, right? Chronic health condition, being obese. 64% of everyone in the UK is at least overweight. 64%, man. 2/3. There are some thickies over here. We are fat, man, because our main stuff, food, our freaking national dishes are unhealthy as hell, man. Fish and chips, that's all deep fried. Roast is healthier, but still not that healthy. We've got fish and chip shops everywhere. Outside my door is a bloody fish and chip shop, and a pizza place and a burger place. That ain't good food. That ain't healthy food. I don't eat from that, So when I think about the judgments people throw down, and me agreeing or disagreeing with it, it's a firm no, I'll do what I want to do for my body. I'm not going to be a fat boy forever. And I've tried. I've lost loads of weight before and I put it all back on. And I've lost it all before and I put it back on. And now I got a medication that can help me treat that chronic health condition for good. I'm taking it. I'm taking it, bro. Sorry. I'm taking it. I don't care what you fitness bros have to say. I'm taking it. And this is just something I've been thinking about, man, with no being a complete sentence, right? And I think there's so much stigma. There's so much stigma around this. And I don't like it. Don't like it. So no to all of you, gym bros, think that my body is any of your opinion, man. I'm 31. I've been trying to be a healthy weight for 10 years. 21 is when I started putting on a lot of weight. I was a teenager, I was still in my teens, and I put on some weight. Then I went to uni, got depressed, had challenging mental health, had an arc of therapy, trying to process and understand my feelings, where I'm coming from, who I am, what I'm about. In all that, lost myself. Sat in a desk job, eating bad food all day. Absolutely miserable. Really low points in my life. Also really high points in my life in my 20s. I am going to do whatever I can to live the life I want to live. So, no. No to your judgmental bollocks. No, because you don't know how I live. And I'm not going to justify to you because you don't know me. And that's where I'm going to leave the video. I'm saying no to this video going on anymore. You You've been wonderful. I've been Will. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.